create an amazing atmosphere to send a message to college football, okay, that there's only one Oklahoma.
In town, 18 weeks, a day for the ages for new coach Brent Venables. He urgently asked the fans to show up. Let's pack the Palace, and 75,360 did, an OU record, more than Georgia, Bama, Ohio State, USC, and any team in America.
And it was an opportunity for those fans to show their support for Baker Mayfield, who had his Heisman statue unveiled at halftime of the game.
On a most memorable day for all Sooners, Baker Mayfield took a sabbatical from that grind he's going through of dealing with NFL issues and returned home. He was overwhelmed by the affection and a flawless presentation by the school. Perhaps the most popular player in OU history, surrounded by fans, family, friends, and a staggering 250-plus proud former Sooner players. A bunch of us in the stands or upstairs, not on the field. Afterwards, I asked Baker if he had any idea his return would be this big.
Until you're actually here and in the moment and seeing some of these former players and seeing Bob, seeing Switzer. I mean, I ran into Tommy Harris and Gerald McCoy, and I mean, that could go on and on about the former players. It's so special. So until we were here and in the moment, I didn't realize what an honor this really was.
Obviously missing from the weekend's festivities was Baker's head coach during his Heisman season, Lincoln Riley. When asked about Riley's sudden departure, Mayfield said he was surprised and caught off guard. Mayfield stressed that Riley was a huge part of his legacy, and that change is good. And as for OU's current coach, Brent Venables, Mayfield appears to be all in.
I mean, I was ready to run through a wall for him. I mean, I would have loved to have played for him, and I mean, not that I had some bad coaches by any means, but he just gets you fired up. We talked for 30 minutes, and we didn't even talk about football once. And he talks about building character, building the foundation for what he's trying to build this place, and caring about them off the field, because they'll fight for him on the field when that happens.
Well, for more on the historic showing for the Sooner spring game, let's bring in the man who was on the call, Dusty Dvorak. Dusty, were you surprised about the turnout?
You know, John, I was. Look, Coach Venables challenged and called out the fan base to pack the Palace, and I expected there would be a good showing. 55,000 or so is what I had in mind, and the Sooner fans blew that out of the water, as we've shown with over 75,000. I talked with Coach Venables last night, and he was overwhelmed with the response from the fan base. Incredible showing and great job by Sooner Nation. That made a statement to recruits and other fan bases all over the country. The other aspect culminating with the Baker statue unveiling, as Dean alluded to, was the over 250 former players that came back and were honored pregame by Coach Venables. He pulled all the players that spanned decades of Sooner football together, close as he commanded them to bring it in tight. He looked into their eyes of those players and told them, "You built this program. You are Oklahoma football. This is the home that you guys built." He made the over 75,000 give multiple standing ovations. As I stood up in the booth watching the scene, I had goosebumps like I do now talking about it. I was sad that I wasn't down there, but man, it was special. It was an amazing day to be a Sooner. I spoke to several former players that came back, and it was unanimous that former players loved the approach Coach Venables is taking. Guys were moved, touched, and there's a genuine passion and love for this program right now that is peaking. Coach Venables understands how important the former players being around and involved in the program is, and the former players, man, they absolutely love it.